Hey everyone, welcome to Insights with PT. It's your girl Tammy, and of course I have here our lovely Pastor T.
We're here today.
We're here.
Let's get it going.
And obviously this doesn't look like our, regular studio. And like I said, we are switching it up. So we're going to be talking a little bit about finance, just breaking it down. And our lovely Pastor T has, all the answers. So ready?
Hopefully.
Ready. All right, let's talk about money. Money moves, Pastor T.
Yeah.
All right, so our first question for you today is, what is financial literacy? Like, how would you be able to define that?
Okay, I think the first thing we need to understand is that money is very important.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says that money answers all things. Even though we are spiritual beings, for a long time, the church has relegated the value, as it were, or the teaching of money. We've taught a whole lot about giving, but we have not taught people how to make the money. And if you don't make the money, no matter how compassionate you are, no matter how generous you are, there's just nothing to give. So I think this is a good way to start by teaching people how to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, if you follow some of the steps, we'll be able to start saying, okay, now that the money is coming in, now let's honor God and, let's give and all that. So your question is that, what is financial literacy? It's just understanding how money works.
Mm-hmm.
It's understanding that every system has a way things operate. You must understand how money works.
Yeah, definitely.
There are rules and regulations on how not just to make money, but to manage money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't understand those things, that's it, that money has wings. You also realize that money, even though it comes, it can fly away.
Yeah.
So you need to be rooted. Some of it you can get it under mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it you can get it by reading.
Of course.
You understand? Some of it you can get it by, subscribing to magazines, and books of people that have made it, in the business world, and the finance community, to be able to know what is this. So that when people are talking about buying stocks, when people are talking about investments, when people are talking about trading, then you have an understanding of what they're saying, so that you don't look like, okay, what are they talking about here?
Right.
So financial literacy is important.
So important. Definitely. I agree with that. So, Pastor T, what was your first investment, and then what did you learn from that experience?
There is an African proverbs, that says that the first money a child sees, he uses to buy donuts. Do you understand? I remember my first investment, was way back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? And it's about savings, and it's also about buying things to resell.
Right.
To resell. There are some things when you buy to resell that there is time, that if you don't sell them on time, you are in trouble. Let me give a good example. Whenever I make some money, I used to play cards.
Okay.
When I was in college, high school, and we call it kashi. You don't understand? Yeah. And we bet with money.
Okay.
So I was very good at it. And I made a lot of money. From there. So when we're on vacation, I take the money and I buy eggs, and I boil the eggs, and then I'll go and sell the eggs.
Okay.
Now, the problem with foul eggs or any kind of eggs, boiled eggs, is that there's a time limit. There's a shelf time.
The shelf life.
Yeah, life. So if you are going to sell, you better sell in a particular time, or else there's a limit to how much of it you can eat, or else you're going to be a problem to everybody around you.
Yeah.
And on this particular occasion, I think I wasn't thinking right. So I sold some, and then it got sunny. Because if you must sell eggs, you sell it earlier in the day.
Yeah.
When there's so much sun, once it's hot, then it combusts. as it were. And when people start buying it or opening it up, they see that, this is not fresh air, there's something wrong. And then, you have to return their money and all that. It wasn't a good one for me. But I learned from that, and I didn't stop, and I kept on moving.
I like that. Okay, what was the game that she played? Cashew?
Yeah, that's a local name. I don't know what they call it, in this part of the world. It's could it be poker? It's a game of cards. It's like whoever gets 21 or the highest number up to 21 is the winner. So there are some numbers that we have off edge that we are looking for. Like when you have 777, that's a perfect number. That's 21.
Okay. Maybe you can teach me one day.
I'm not sure your parents will learn.
All right, Pastor T. So the next question that I have, since we're talking about investments, how were you able to identify and assess potential investments in your current state, like right now?
Right now, I wanted to know that when I look at investments, because I've had a lot of experience, in investments, a lot. I've lost money and I've also made money, So when people come to me and they pitch, to me, I don't only look at the investment or the paper, report, or the paper, what do you call it now, of the investment. I look at the person pitching the investment.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I look at you and I say to you, can you be trusted? Can you put in the work? Do you understand? How much of your own money are you putting in there?
Yeah, that's
Do you understand? Those are the things that I look at. Do you understand? I look at who else is doing this business, and how are they doing? And at times, some of the businesses, I've had to do it myself. Do you understand? I remember there was a time, somebody bought a very good business. It looked good. And it was about transportation.
Okay.
I've done transportation before. Do you understand? I did transportation way back in Nigeria. I started with 20 buses.
Really?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, 20 buses eventually became 4. And I sold everything. Because one by one, the drivers just started wrecking them and all that. Because you might have a good business. If you are not the one running it, and you're going to depend on someone running it, which means the life of the business is in the hands of the people running it. So you can't so much guarantee the success of that business if you are not the one running it.
Yeah, that's
understand?
true.
And even if you are the one running it, how fully involved are you in it? Especially if it's a cash business. If it's a cash business. So today, I honestly, I hardly do partnership in businesses.
Really?
I don't even think I do.
Really?
Again, yeah, because some of those things that I can do it myself. Do you understand? Rather than do it with someone, because at the end of the day, if that person does not put in as much work as you are putting in, and you have not defined the modalities of who does what, who brings in what, you are going to have a clash. You're going to have a fight at the end of the day.
Definitely. All right, Pastor T, it's been lovely chit-chatting with you today. We're talking about money, we're talking about finance, investments. So if you like what you heard today, stay tuned for part 2 with Insights with PT next week.